Alrighty, peeps. I guess I'm going to do another video. I'm going to shoot this one out too. I just shot one out. This is going to be on these bars. Tell you a little bit about the install and stuff. Sorry, I don't have an actual step-by-step install video. I didn't want to deal with handling a camera and everything, but tell you all about them, what I did, if I ran into any troubles or anything, and yeah, we'll get her started. Made by TC Brothers, and they're called the Speedline, and they're very, very similar to the Biltwell Friscoes. Very similar to the Frisco build. These have just a little bit more pullback. They call it a 2-inch pullback instead of like a 7/8 pullback. And being short like I am, I like the little bit of the pullback. And when I aligned them, I got them to be pretty much, you know, parallel, right coming up with the fork system so that they're in line with that. It doesn't affect the lines of the bike. And I'm going to do a riding video. I'll show you guys how it handles with me on it. And yeah, way improved handling. I've put quite a few hundred on it now that I've got these bars on. Sorry about no install video, but I'm telling you what, Harleys, I've done so much wrenching on this bike. Harleys are the easiest thing in the world to, you know, do these handlebars on. The controls come off really, really easy. Make sure you use the right torques. The T27 and some of them are T25. Make sure you put the right one in there and get it in there nice and firm. They come out nice. This disassembled really easy. This grip was a bitch to get off. It locks in, but they had glued the hell out of it. This just slides right off. Many guys show that they disconnect the throttle cables and then disassemble the whole thing. I guess if you're putting new grips on, you'd do that. I wasn't doing that. So what I did was when I took the old bar off and loosened everything up, this just slid right off. Then I fitted the new bar in, slid them right back on. Boom, done. One thing with this rise, I got a 2-inch riser here, and the stock are 2 inches, so there's a 4-inch riser now, and the bars are 7.5. So that puts me up around 11.5 inches. Your stock configuration is, let's see, a 2-inch rise with a 3 3/4 inch lift. So you're about 5 3/4 total bar height. All right, so I'm about 5 inches taller, roughly, give or take. So I did do a brake line. I'll show you. It was at one of the eBay ones, or no, I got this on Amazon, and I was pretty good. It's stainless steel. I don't know if you can see. It's black coated stainless steel. I'm pretty happy with it. It's thinner in profile than the other one, and the connector seemed real nice. Everything worked well. I had to use my original banjos, the ones that came with it, screwed in a little bit and then got real tight, like, yep, not the right threading. So I used the crush washers that came with it and my original banjos and bled the line. Pretty easy to do, no biggie, and got that all going. So I'll do a riding video. I'll show you guys a little bit about it. For those of you that are thinking about these guys right here, with that 2-inch space riser that I put in, I'm using the stock risers along with these spacers that come along. I think DK Customs makes them. They're real nice, and they're good enough for most people. Like if you want to run your stock bars, that brings you up enough. But I was really questioning whether I could utilize one of these with the 2-inch rise, and sure enough, I mean, it does touch that slightly. I'm not getting any vibration, any jiggling, whatever. I bolted it down. Everything seems tight. So I'm running it, and I have noticed a little bit of improvement on the wind on my chest and stuff. It doesn't do much. I've just put it on to kind of hide it was getting pretty ugly with the riser and all the cables and everything. I'm like, yeah, let me hide that all away. But I'm happy with the performance of it, so we'll do a little ride, let you know what's going on. I've turned a wrench quite a bit on this. In the last video I did that clutch adjustment. I did the internal clutch adjustment, and then I did this cable, and now I got it where it's, you know, maybe 1/8 of an inch before it starts grabbing, and that's where most guys say it should be, and it does seem to help. I think it's a little bit more grabbier right out of the hole, but I think I adjusted it right, so I'm going with it. All right, we'll do a little ride. We'll see what's going on. So, to talk about the bars, as you can see, my arm height is like really nice on them. I'm down just a little bit, but I didn't really want ape hangers. And so, a little bit about these bars. They're like almost an exact duplicate of the Friscoes by Biltwell, and that's what a lot of guys get. The only problem with them is they are not gnarled, and they're really hard to tighten down. So these ones are from two brothers. They're called the Speedline, and I was able to get these tightened down. I've had it out now probably a few hundred miles, more than that probably. No issues. I really love the positioning. I love the handling. They do really nice. I think we're going to get some rain, boys and girls. I don't want to go too far. I don't want to get a gully washer on me. I absolutely love the turn signals on a Harley. A lot of people say a lot of bad about Harleys. I've had a few bikes. They are by far the best turn signals you can get the way they work. And they self-cancel. Can't beat that with a stick. I'll be interested to see how much noise we're getting. You can actually hear my voice over this exhaust. This exhaust is actually the quiet baffles in it, Vance and Hines. The stock exhaust was so loud from Vance and Hines. I should say the stock baffles. This was regular swirled baffle. Oh my goodness, they were loud. This road's a low mile per hour road, and it is deer alley. Even during a nice day like this, deer will be roaming around. I don't know why. There we can hear the sewing machine sound, but this little guy's got a noisy little top end on it, but from what I've heard, it sounds correct. They're just noisy. Well, I tell you what, they say these Sportsters aren't fast, and yeah, give it to them. They're not. You know what I mean? But man, the feeling you get and the rumble and the torque, they sit you back in your seat way more than like a Japanese bike that's designed a little more for top end horsepower. Boy, I tell you, I just love these bars. I put that crash bar on it. I actually can angle this bike so good now, I'm worried I'm going to hit with the crash bars. They're weird little cheapo crash bars. My brother's Dyna, the crash bar comes up a lot higher. These seem to barely go above where the pedal level is. And I don't know, yikes. Probably overthinking it. The nice thing about this neighborhood is people are pretty receptive to motorcycles. You know, like it's like, yeah, cool, motorcycle. It's not like, oh my god, the guy's out tearing it up in his Harley. This thing is just fun to tear around on. Very, very fun. There you go. You can get it now. I wasn't able to get it at all, but oh, the thing's noisy. It is a noisy motorcycle. Yeah, Harleys aren't a real hot weather bike. That's why I'm glad I got the Grammy too. I take it out in real hot weather. So right now I'm hot. All I'm wearing is an air jacket and a wife beater. So she's warm. Alright peeps, so another one. So this is Rich, MSX 125, signing off.